All right, hello guys. Today I decided to do the Formation Tuesday live. So we are live, and if you happen to see this video or you're watching live right now, you can comment, and I will take your comments and attend to it. All right. So I did a weekly review, and before we start, let's go through some of the things I mentioned in the weekly review. So we talked about the dollar making a pullback into so on the 4 hour time frame. Sorry, later. I'll come for it later. All right. So we spoke about the dollar making a retracement, about a 50% retracement before getting a pullback. So that was around this level here. But we had way more than that. This is a 100% retracement before the pullback. So what am I looking at here? On the dollar, what we are seeing here is price is going to continue dropping up to this level here. It's at this level we should expect some pullback in the dollar. So we should expect some pullbacks in the dollar at this level here. So if we get a continuation of this into the Asian session, into this zone, then we might get a pullback from here. So currently the dollar is bearish. We've broken this level here, but this is another major level that the dollar is about to test. So we are currently on the daily time frame on the dollar. What we see here, so this is this low here. So we have first touch. This was the level. Price broke it. First touch. So this is the main level we need to be looking at long term. If the dollar is going to be weak long term, you need to break this level here. But currently on the 4 hour, we see this level here that price needs to approach. So if price breaks that level, then the next zone would be this level on the 4 hour time frame. But if you look at the daily, this level, if price is testing this level, this is what we are going to see: a break, test of this level, and a retest. So currently we still have some weakness on the dollar, right? But long term, what we should be considering on the dollar would depend on how price react to this daily level. So we need to keep an eye on that. So let's take note of that daily level. Let's keep an eye on that daily level. So this is still a very strong uptrend, and price is most likely going to react off this EMA, but we are treating it as a resistance and a potential break or a rejection. So we are not going to make any long-term projection of the dollar because we are still bullish. So when the market is bullish, treat it as bullish as much as possible. Continue to trade it until the market shows you otherwise. But what you should keep in mind here is that, let me now take off the EMA. Right, we have price showing a lower high here. So this was our high and a lower high. So long term, at least we need to break this level here. When we break that level, then we wait for a pullback. So in this case, we'll be looking for about 50% retracement, and we can go short up onto this level here. But until this level or this low is broken, the dollar is still strong. But currently we are in a short-term weakness, which could see the dollar continue push into this level here, right? So even though the dollar is long-term bullish, we are currently bearish, so we should treat it as such until there are some changes that the market shows, right? All right, there's no comments here. All right, so this is it's almost 7 here, so it's like 10. This would be about 10 in Ghana, and then 11 p.m. in Ghana, in Nigeria. So like I guess most people are not awake, but yeah. So this is still very bearish up until this level, and then we'll see how price react to that level. Yep. So another instrument we talked about was US oil. So US oil came to react to this level, and it's still literally sitting in that level here. So not much has changed with the US oil price. Reacted to that level, and it is still staying in that level. So we've not seen any much significant changes from that point in time. So currently we are treating this as bullish. So bullish oil from this structure here. So we have price pushing up like this. So this is how the market push. We have a high impulse and a big impulse move. Price came to this level, and it has created a double bottom here. So that is how we are treating it. So it's important we keep an eye here, right? So the best case scenario, or how you should be treating this, is to wait for a break of this level, a pullback, and then go long, at least back to 100% retracement on US oil, right? Let's also have a look at JPY basket. So JPY basket, the last time I did the weekly breakdown. That was 2 days ago on Sunday. Price was still sitting around here. I don't think I broke this pair down because of the JPY movement the previous week. I stayed away from the yen index. I'm not sure if I did break down the yen index. Yeah, but currently, even though price is still is coming into this liquidity that could reject price to the upside, the JPYs are still a little mysterious now. Because when the market opened, I was actually expecting low volume at the market open. But when the market opened on Sunday, GJ dropped like about 400 pips. Euro JPY drops about 350 pips. So that was very massive pushes here. So the current level is a big liquidity that could see a big momentum push, at least up until to test this level here. But I would still keep an eye on the potential breaks of the low. So the yens are a little tricky for me now. I like trading the yens, but for the past few from Friday, I've not really taken any position on the yen. Right. So with that being said, let's go through the pair. So Euro GBP, we spoke about Euro GBP here. So this was a markup that we looked at the market open. GBP was around here, and we mentioned that GBP could push to this level here. So we had that push here. I think that was about 100 pip from that analysis. Okay, 85 pips. So price tested this, and now we are back here. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. Let's see what we have here. So currently, Euro GBP is bearish. Euro GBP is bearish, but going into tomorrow is a day for major reversals taking place in the market. So what we should keep an eye on is this zone here. This is a big liquidity zone here. So looking out for a potential pullback to the upside. So price has tested this level here, one, and then it caused price to test here. We are back into this zone again. So if price does not break 0.86200, this level here, if price does not break below this level by New York session tomorrow, this would be a good buying opportunity here. So this zone here, A6250, we could be looking at a push to the upside from here. So first, we need to target this level here because this is a very strong resistance zone currently. All right. So we could just get 79 pips and price will reject from there, or we break that level and continue. So we are going to treat it as such. Let's just focus on this level here. So we are not taking any trades now. This is only if price stays inside this zone by New York session and doesn't break out of this level here, 0.86200 psychological level, then we would look to buy back here. So in that, what we currently have here is a big ranging market, right? We have the market ranging here. So we could go back here. And at that point, it is here that we'll make a major decision to continue going down, up, or come down, test this level, or break and retest and go down. So we are waiting for price. So there were two trades here. The first trade was first time price tapped into this, and the second one was a rejection from this level here. Currently, we are in a waiting period here. If price stays inside this level through the Asian landing session, then you should be looking to buy Euro GBP going into New York session tomorrow. All right. AUD USD. So if you remember the analysis I did on Sunday, this is how the markup was. I had this trend line like this going from here to here. So what I said was if price pulls back into this level, we look to buy. But unfortunately today I traded against my bias and I lost a lot of money on AUD USD. I lost a lot of money on AUD USD. So when at the New York session, this is what I was looking at. Even though price was doing the retest, price had broken out of this level here. So touch, 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 and then we had a break, a pullback, and a retest. So I started selling this, and I was just looking at it, so I had not even put a stop loss, and this candle pushed, and then I had to take losses on this. So that was a very bad trade today for me. Very bad trade. So I was looking out for price to continue down here before buying, and then I went crazy on it because it was like a scalp here. So I got fucked on that. And then Euro USD. So I was looking at a strong USD, but the factor part is that I was selling USD card. So selling USD card means USD is weak, right? But yeah, sometimes it happens. So this is one of the reasons why sometimes just focusing on a few setups is good. USD card was, I posted this setup in the Telegram community, and this is where we got in. The market pushed back into the Asian session and then consolidated back to test this level and drop. So for me, I had two entries. So the first entry was when we all got in here, and then the second entry was when price broke this level here. So I was explaining in one of my recent videos how you can take advantage of a small risk reward ratio. So for instance, if you look at this trade initially was what, 1:3.8 risk to reward ratio, but I got in on this trade, price went, pushed up, came down, broke this low, pushed up here. But here, this trade was taken from, the second one was taken on the 15 minutes time frame. But when price came and broke this trend line here, I got in here, and now this second trade was what, 1:7 risk to reward ratio, right? So going from a 1:3 risk to reward ratio to another second trade that is 1:7 risk to reward ratio. So you can have a small risk reward ratio trade, but in the course of the trade, you could now have a second trade with a lower stop loss that could give you a higher risk reward ratio. So risk reward ratio is not the first thing you should be focusing on. It's one of the last things you should be focusing on. Okay, it depends. So it's not general. Risk reward ratio, very important. You need to make sure your trades have good risk reward ratio. But what I'm saying is that it is not really important all the time, because especially if you are struggling to make money, risk reward ratio should not be one of your problems. You should be focusing on how to be profitable. So if it means that sticking to a 1:1 risk reward ratio is what is going to make you profitable, then that is what you need to stick to. Stick to a 1:1 risk reward ratio. Go to 1:1.5, 1:2. And then when you are making money, you can now, as you start to now fine tune your entries, and then things are now moving on, you can now target big risk reward ratio. Because especially most people that start trading, beginners that start trading, one of the main issues that they start facing in the market is they will tell you, I entered a trade, I put my stop loss, price kicked my stop loss, and they went in that direction. Because most people think having a smaller stop loss is good, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, did you make money or you did not make money? That is the important part. So if I have a 1:1 risk reward ratio, I'm risking $1 for $1, and every time I make $1, and you are risking 1:3 risk reward ratio. That is better if you are making money. But if you are traveling, the point I'm making is that risk reward ratio, very, very important. But if you are struggling to make money, especially if your issue is price coming back to hit your stop loss all the time, then you should pay less attention to risk reward ratio. Try to be profitable and then work on your risk reward ratio later on. Right. So I might do a lesson on this and explain this in details. So yeah, that was tricky. AUD USD, I decided to sell this and I lost money here. Euro USD, I sold this, even though I was selling USD cards. So sometimes, yeah, these things happen in the market. Produced us a very good trade here. Very good trade. So on Sunday, another pair that I talked about was Euro card. Right, we're looking at a short on Euro card, but that setup has still not moved yet. So where is Euro card on my list? Euro card. I can't find Euro card here. All right, let me add Euro card. I'm sure I had Euro card there because I looked at it on Sunday. I meant I've taken it out. All right, so this is what we're looking at on Euro card. So Euro card price was testing this level here. So this is how the market was on Friday, on Sunday. This is how the market was on Sunday. So what I said was, right, the best way to treat this is to wait for price to break this trend line or break below this level, and we can look to sell all the way down here. But when the market opened yesterday, this is what happened. We had price bouncing off the trend line to the upside, and then today we had another rejection. But what we can see is that price is still trading below this zone. So technically we are still below this level here, this level 0.6500, this zone here. All right, so I'm still looking out to take a shot here, long term, even swing it here, but I would be more patient with this. Before I would do that, right now price has already broken above this level here. So this is what I'll be looking out for, a pullback here and a test of this psychological level. And I'll look to go short, take profits one here and take second profit all the way down here. I might take profit somewhere around here. So this could be a very good swing here. provided price stays here. So what you can see here is that we've had, this is the fourth touch in the zone. Okay, this level did not really touch the zone. So this is the third touch, one, two, and then the current daily candle. So if we get a rejection here, tomorrow, if we get a pullback here, I will not be selling that pullback unless we get something interesting on the 4-hour time frame, right? So on the 4-hour time frame, this is what we have, double top. But the only time I'll be selling this is if price breaks below this level. Breaking below this level is more aggressive. If you want to be conservative, wait for the break of this trend line here. And best case scenario, a pullback to test the psychological level 1.35, and then you can sell this all the way down, right? So you could take multiple profits. So I was looking at taking first profit around here, but I could actually take first profit at this level here and then continue like that. So Euro card did not give us the entry, and this is a potential trade that could push to the upside, push to the downside. But if we break above this level here, then I'm not going to take any trade because I'm not seeing any bullish setups here. If I get a break below here, then I'll wait for a pullback to go short. So that is Euro card. Which other pair did we talk about? So gold, I didn't look at gold. I didn't look at gold then. So I sold gold a few hours ago, but I got out of the trade. But this is still a really good trade. So we have price coming back into this high here. So after that USD weakness today pushed gold to the upside, and price came back to test this level here, pull back, created this liquidity, and it's looking to drop. The reason why I didn't, I left the trade. I left the trade in profits. So the spreads are open now. I didn't want to hold any losses. Like if the market if the spreads are over in about 30 minutes time, right? In about 30 minutes time, when the spreads are over and price is still around here, I might look to sell this back into this zone here for about 75 pips. But I'm looking to buy this again. So tomorrow landing New York session, if price pulls back here, I'm looking to buy because this is on the 4-hour time frame. This is what we have here. We have something like this that looks like a head and shoulders pattern that is forming here. Potential head and shoulders pattern forming here. All right. Low, low, low. So if we get a pullback into this zone here, right, long term we could push the upside. Even worst case scenario, we might be just looking at price coming back to this psychological level, 490 pips. All right. So for now, a drop to the downside into this liquidity level and then push to the upside. So that's why I might look to sell this when the spreads are over down here, and then tomorrow landing on New York session, I might look to buy this from here. Euro CHF. So Euro CHF was one of the trades that we looked at on Tuesday, no, sorry, on Sunday, and this is what we're looking at. So this was on the 1-hour time frame. So this is what I was looking at here. I was looking to go short here. I was looking to sell. So we're looking at this and this as a correction to the upside for price to break to the downside. But then later, oh, hold on, is it the right levels? Yeah, I figured that those were not the right level. So these were the right level. So here. So I was looking at this. Which level was it again? This level, right? This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. All right, so this level here. So I was looking at a pullback into this zone and a drop. And the drop, this is where we're looking at the drop to come up to here, and then we'll look to buy again. But what happened was price tapped into the zone, pull back a little bit, did not break this trend line, and now we are up here. So I updated this setup on Twitter where I mentioned that there are some potential levels at the top that price might be looking to test before it decides to drop. That was after I made that video here. So this is one of the level, and this is a very major psychological level, 1.0000, and this is where the euro and the Swiss franc would be at parity. So it makes a lot of sense for price to push into this zone here. So currently we've broken this level, major psychological level here. It makes a lot of sense for price to continue pushing here. So tomorrow I'll be looking out for potential levels that price could drop into. If we get any potential levels that price drops into, I'll still be looking to go long until we get to that parity level here. So currently, price has not created any levels here for us to use as potential entry. But how we can treat this is if price, okay, it looks like price, the drop is most likely going to happen. If price stays on top of this psychological level, which also happens to be this low here, a break of this level, retest. If price tests this level again, because there is no strong level, I'm not going to trade off support and resistance level just because it's a support and resistance level. Mostly I'm looking for a very strong liquidity zones to go into the trade. So should in case price the drop happens into this zone here, what I'll be looking out for is that I'll be looking out for a shift in price, something like this, and then I'll look to go long because the target is very long away. So like I don't have to enter. I don't have to be the first person to enter. I can patiently wait for a shifting structure just to confirm that we are still going to the upside, and then I can look for some buying opportunities here. So this is how I'll be trading Euro CHF. We are still bullish, but we are looking at potential pullbacks to go long. One other level to keep an eye on would be here, 0.98400. Another potential level for price to drop to. So on the 4-hour time frame, we are talking about this level here, just below the psychological level. If we get a deep retracement into this level here, then we would look to buy from here instead of on top of the psychological level. So the point here is that Euro CHF is still bullish. The bearish levels that we're looking at from Sunday did not break. So we are going to trade it and continue to be bullish until we see major structure shifts, at least all the way up to parity 1.00 on the Euro CHF. Another pair that we looked at, we didn't look at any of the JPY pairs, but I'll look at them in a second. We didn't look at Euro NZD. We didn't look at the CHF pairs. All right. So those are the pairs that we looked at from Sunday. Euro GBP was good. Okay, I remember one of them. We also looked at GU. So GU, just like the other USD pairs, we're looking at a pullback to buy. Pullback. Where was I'm trying to find the exact levels that we're looking at. So I don't remember the exact analysis that we did because I didn't really follow up on this. So I've not taken any GBP USD trade from that day. Right. But today, what we should be looking out for going into New York tomorrow is this level here, 1.3200. This level here. Right. We have a potential for price to drop here, but I wouldn't be looking for a short here. But what you can do is to look at this level here. If price breaks out, you can sell this down here, but I would not be selling it. I would wait for price to come into this zone, 1.320, and I'll look to buy, take first profit here. If no liquidity levels are created along the line, then we have the potential to push to the next psychological level. Up here, 1.6250, right? But I'll be looking at this level here, price pushing back to give a double top here for how many pips here? 170 pips on this one. So this is what I'll be keeping an eye on going into New York tomorrow. I'm not sure what is going to make this drop to the downside because that's a lot of movement here. That's about 160 pip movement, but I will not be trading this. I'd rather wait for price to pull back to the downside. And it looks like this is cutting across on all the USD pairs. So if you look at gold right now, remember the gold sell out talking about, right? This is also looking to drop, and that drop is most likely going to coincide with Euro GBP USD drop into this zone here, right? So it means there is something running through the USD pairs, and if that is the case, it means that we'll be expecting drops on AUD USD back here. But because I'm bullish, I'm not going to trade any of the retracements. I'll wait for price to pull back. Okay. So here AUD USD break low, push to the upside. This is what I'll be looking at. Let me clean up the charts. Let me change the color to stand out. All right. So I'll be looking at price coming back to test this level here. And I'll look to go long here, 1.6500. So if we get those USD strength coming into the market, This is how I'll be treating it. I'll wait for a pullback on AED USD and go long. Wait for a pullback on Euro USD and go long. Wait for a pullback on NZD USD. Wait for a pullback on NZD USD. NZD USD looks a little tricky. So with NZD USD, there's an AUD news in an hour time. So it will be interesting to see how this level reacts. In that case, I'll be focusing on price coming back into the zone here. So if the AUD news drops, so it's an AUD news, but AUD affects NZD. So if the news drops this, then we know what to do. It means this is the first USD pair to move, and we'll be looking at buying this from here. Right. So it's all right. So because of the news, I'll be focusing on this level instead. Price coming back to this psychological level, major psychological level below here. So these are the two levels I'll be looking at, this and this. I'm not going to be trading the news, so I'll just be waiting. If price drops to this level, I'll look to buy. If it decides to make a deep retracement back down here, I would look to buy from there as well. But if you're not buying right after the news, you wait for New York session and then you'll buy, a London session and buy, right? So I'm looking out for potential pullbacks on all the USD pairs. If it happens, I would buy. If it doesn't happen, I look for something else, right? I'm not going to jump into any trade until I get the right confirmation. And the confirmation I am looking out for is a potential pullback to continue weakness. So we are looking at short-term strength and a weakness to continue. So if you look at the Dixie, this is what I'm looking at. Strength and weakness. So that is what I'm looking at on the Dixie and the dollar as a whole. So Euro, USD, CHF, I'll be looking at a pullback and a drop. Pullback and a drop. So here we see this is what the potential head and shoulders pattern. We have a high, a low, a high. Price has broken out this low, pullback, and then we drop this thing here. So I'm still bearish on the dollar, but I'll be waiting for a pullback to continue the bearishness on the dollar. So keep an eye on AU potential buys, EU buys, NU buy, USD card sells, gold buys after the pullbacks have happened. I'm not talking about now, after the pullbacks are over. All right. GBP CHF was one of the pairs that we talked about on Tuesday. So this is what we had here. Why do I keep saying Tuesday? All right, so we still had the zone. We're looking at a break of the zone to sell this all the way down here. But price rather broke to the upside. So we'll still keep on buying this, but price has broken out. We'll be looking for a small pullback here. So here, this is the pullback we'll be looking out for. So we are looking out for a potential 50% or 618, no, 786, 50% or a 786 retracement here to go long on GBP CHF. So I'm still bullish on GBP CHF after the pullback. And those are the two levels I'm targeting. More of a 50% retracement. So this zone. Price drops here and then we continue to the upside. GBP JPY. All right, so GBP JPY, I didn't talk about this because I was unsure about what this was doing. When the market opened, this thing dropped 400 pips, recovered the next day, and this is what price is doing now. I'll be looking at potential buys on this zone. So I've already taken this trade pending orders. This is my entry, 1.68610, and this is my stop loss, and this is my take profit one. If price breaks here, I'll be looking to target the next zone, be just below 1.71500 as my take profit level. Forex. Okay, I have two questions here. All right, so I've already talked about gold. I was not checking the comment section, and I'm using just one screen. I didn't connect to my other screens. I'm just using my laptop, so I can only see one screen at a time. So I've already talked about gold, so I'm not going to talk about gold anymore. So gold, as I said, I'll I want to see the drop continue into this zone, and I'll look to buy from here. All right. So we've talked about a lot of pairs. So JPY, I only talked about GBP JPY, waiting for the pullback down to buy. Euro JPY is also reacting to a very important psychological level here, 1.47600. But I'm not going to sell. I'll rather wait for the pullback to the next psychological level below, which is which level is that? 1.48700. But this, it depends. This is a lot of pips here. That's the 75 pips. So it depends on what happens here. For instance, if price does something like this, reject here, break and pull back, that I would sell. But if I don't see any clear structure, I'm not looking to sell. But I'll rather be buying if the drop happens here, and I'll look to go long, take profit one here and take profit two at a high to give like a double top. All right. So that's how I'll be treating Euro JPY. But if we get a rejection here, this is a good sell just to this level, and then you look to continue to buy from here. So what about Forex prop firm do you want me to talk about? That is a very broad topic. What would you like to know about prop firms? NZD-JPY. This looks like a very interesting pair. This could drop for the news, but I don't know. I might or I might not trade the news. Well, this is what we have here. Bigger picture, 4 hour. This is what we have. So we have this price here. So I'm treating these two highs as one. We have this pullback here. High, low. Price has broken this low. We could get a retest of that level before price continues to the upside. And price is just playing around this psychological level here. So I'll be keeping a close eye here for potential. If price closes below this psychological level, I'll sell NZD down here for 120 pips. And from here, because of the way this level is, I'm not just going to buy because it's testing a major psychological level. But if price shows any form of reversal pattern here, then I'll look to buy again from here to continue the uptrend. So here I'll be waiting for how price react to this zone. If we get the next, when does the next 1 hour candle close? So the next candle closes in 6 minutes time. I don't know. Maybe before the news, this might be something I might decide to sell, because if I'm selling this, this would be my stop loss. Stop loss is about 28 pips. If you are targeting all the way here, 28 point 28 427 pips is about 1:6 risk to reward ratio. So not a bad trade. CAD JPY. This structure is ugly. I'm not going to trade it, so I'm not going to analyze it. Wow. This is sad. I was in this trade and I left. I closed the trade. All right, this was it was 1:1 risk to reward ratio. I got in here, price pullback, dropped a little bit, and I closed the trade. Oh shit. This is very volatile. Very, very volatile. That's very interesting. If price is sitting on this zone before the news, I'll buy this. I'll buy AUD card here. The same for NZD card. So NZD card, I sold this one too. So price is already testing this zone already. Damn, this is very sad. I left I left those two trades. They were all 1:1 ratio word ratio, but the stop losses were very crazy, and I didn't want to hold the trade going into the Asian session, so I closed them. Oh, you said forex prop firm. Oh, so like when you said forex prop firm, I was seeing it as like general, as in prop firms in general. Well, they are legit because they paid me. So if that's what you are looking for, they've paid me. So if you're only looking at if they are legit, they paid me. So yeah, that's they are legit. So if you're not trusting them because they will not pay you, for that they'll pay me. And the prop firm industry is very new. Like, there are going to be more prop firms that are coming with different rules and different offers, because it's lucrative, because most traders that took the challenge actually fail. So it's very profitable for the companies. If you buy the accounts, 100K account for like 500 USD, and you fail, because on the trial phase, what you are trading is a demo account. If you don't pass, they keep your money, right? They keep your money. So if a lot of people are failing, 80% of people fail, right? I'm not saying 80% are failing, but let's say 80% are failing. For every 100 people, if 80 are failing, that is a lot of money. So it's lucrative for those like prop firms, right? And when you are making money, they're also making money because they also get a profit share. They don't give you 100%. So it's a win-win for them. So in the long term, there's going to be so many prop firms that are popping up with relaxed rules, because there's going to be competition. But that is good for we traders, because that means that because if there is more competition, there will be other firms that have either cheaper prices or more relaxed rules, and we can take advantage of them here. So you just need to make sure you understand the rules of the prop firm you are going for, and if it in line with your strategy or your kind of expectation you are looking for in a firm, then you go for it, right? Different prop firms will have different rules, but most of them have similar rules. But as I said, with time, so many firms are going to pop up. Okay. Damn, AUD card. This trade is very painful. Very, very painful. But it's all good. So another trade that I'm currently in is GBP AUD. So I'm in loss on this trade. This is why I got in. I was just looking to scalp to this level here and look to buy from here. But huh, very tricky. This is bullish. This structure is bullish. I'm not sure if I should hold it for the news or the AUD news. Let me see. Hmm. I'm just going to hold it through the news and see what happens. If it drops to my TP, that's fine. If I hit stop loss too, that's fine. But this is very bullish. I'll be looking to buy if price stays within this level here. Inside this zone here, 1.7600. Yep. So GN also have a very similar structure here. If GA drops, GN will also drop mostly back to this level here. But I'm not on GN. So for GN, I'll be waiting for potential buys around here for New York session tomorrow. Something like this. All right. So just a few changes have happened, especially with the USD pairs from the breakdown I did on Sunday. Most of the pairs, especially GBP CHF, Euro CHF, did not give us what we were looking for, push to the upside. So here we are still bullish. We wait for those pullbacks to buy, and for all those that we talked about. Right. So I'm going to end the session here if there is no question for me, and see you on Friday. Is there a prop firm with no challenge? Yes, there are so many prop firms with no challenges. Even so, FOREX prop firm, they have a account with no challenge. Even my FOREX fans have uh, they have accounts, no evaluation accounts. And then we have a stocknet institute. They also have accounts that are like direct to live, and most of the prop firm also do as well. Most of the prop firms do, but the ones I know are MFF, my MFF, that's my FOREX funds, FOREX prop firm, stocknet institute, and then Trader Central also have an account like that. We also have uh, what is the name of this? We have Blue Forex funds, right? So those are the ones I've traded with them before. But the other ones that you can, I've not traded the straight to live for my Forex funds, but I've traded straight to live for Trader Central. I've not tried Blue Forex funds. And then Forex Pop Fame. Yeah. So currently I'm trading Forex Pop Fame. The Trader Central accounts, I violated the rules. I didn't get any payouts from Trader Central. The leverage, I don't want to talk about I don't want to talk about that, but I was not really a fan of the leverage that they offer on those accounts. Right. So if you're looking to get straight to live accounts, what I would recommend is StockNet Institute. StockNet Institute is something I recommend to you. Right. What is the name of the prop firm I trade? So currently I'm trading True Forex funds and then my Forex funds. So those are not straight to live accounts. They are like you take a challenge, you pass, and then you get the live accounts. Right. Okay. So I'm going to end this section here. If you have any question, you can reach out to me on mostly Instagram or send me a message on Telegram. I'm not really active on Twitter. Yeah. You can also get my WhatsApp through my Instagram link. I think there's something like that there. So comment what you'll be trading this week. And if you have any question, you can also leave a comment below. And then, yeah, let's have a very wonderful week and keep an eye on the AUD news. After the news, look out for those levels that we talked about for potential trades for the week. All right. See ya.